So hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, my name is Jay, and in today's video we'll be covering one of the most fundamental topics in SQL, writing basic queries. Whether you are a beginner just starting your journey in data analytics, a student learning databases, or a professional looking to sharpen your SQL skills, this video is for you. So what you'll learn today, basically, SQL is the backbone of databases, and understanding how to write queries is crucial. So today we'll be going step by step through the core components of an SQL query, including select clause, from clause, where clause, logical operators that is and or not, along with sorting data with order by. So the select clause basically will understand how to retrieve data from a database. In from clause we'll understand how to specify which table the data comes from, and in where clause we will understand how to filter records based on conditions. And in logical operator we'll understand how to apply multiple conditions. Plus in sorting data we'll understand how to arrange results in ascending or descending orders. So why this is important? Basically, SQL is used in almost every industry, from tech companies to finance, healthcare, e-commerce. So whether you are pulling reports, analyzing trends, or making data-driven decisions, knowing how to write SQL queries efficiently will set you apart in the job market. So you will be given preferences, you will be best in the industry, whatever because SQL is used almost everywhere, even in development industries. So even if you are a backend developer, you have to write SQL queries, you have to understand those concepts. So that is why this is very important. And what you need to follow along, so all you need to is a basic understanding of databases. No prior coding experience or any knowledge is required for this particular video. And I will also walk you through a live example, so make sure to stay till the end, so that you don't miss how to write a basic SQL queries. So if this sounds exciting, hit that like button, subscribe to our channels for SQL, in-depth data analytics series, because we'll be covering, entire data analytics series from Python, Power BI, Excel, and everything with 20 plus hands-on projects. So subscribe to that channel, and now let's get started. So overview of SQL, let's understand a little bit. SQL, which is SQL, a standard structured query language. It stands for a structured query language, and it is used to retrieve and manipulate data from the databases. So there are so many types of SQL queries, like select to retrieve data, insert to add new data, new columns, and also you use update to modify existing data. And also we used to delete, of course. We used to delete some particular rows based on some conditions, where we'll understand where clause. So that where clause will be used to delete some record. You will use that where clause, and with that delete query. So that is how we are going to do, but we'll go into that, don't need to think much. So today we'll be focusing on basically select statement for retrieving data. Let's understand by example somewhat. So as you can see, the select clause. So select column, you can see right here. The basic select column is like from table name, right? For example, you have a database, right? For example, you have a database over here, and some datas are there of student, right? So if you want to fetch the, I'm sorry, yes. So if you want to take out all the name of student, select a name from table name, whatever the name of, for example, the table name is student, right? So you can write student over here. So this is all about the query, select query. So now we can just go into, see, as you told, it's asterisk. Asterisk you can use if you want everything. For example, I wanted name, so I wrote name, right? In this way, if you want all the records, so you can write select asterisk. This star symbol, basically you can call it a star symbol as well, but the scientific name of this is asterisk. So this is how we pronounce it. And yes. So as you can see, select clause is basically specifies a column to be retrieved from a database. So whatever column you want, for example, I wrote name here, right? Because I wanted name column. And similarly, if you want ID, select, and whatever column you want, let's say ID, name, age, we want from the database. So we can write this table, and from keyword, and then table name, whatever name of your table is, student or employee, or whatever your table name is, you just write that. And this is how easy it is, right? And example queries, you have can see over here, select name, age from users. For example, you need name and age, so it will come like this: name, age, and for example name J, age they will it will be 24. Similarly you can have it like that. So this was all about that. And analysis also is there. You can use for rename columns in the output of clarity. For example, you can write select sum of something, let's say some age or something like that, as something you can give. So that is called as allies. For example, let's say age as ag, let's see, we give a name ag. So this is how allies we call it. And because to make it clear that yeah, we are talking about this entire thing, right? So we gave it allies to make it, we can use it anywhere to make it short. We don't have to write the sum of age all the time. So this is why we do that. And yeah, the from clause. So now we have come to from clause actually. So from is basically used to fetch from a specific column. For example, right, as you can see over here, specifies a table to retrieve data from. Which table you want to take data from. For example, select name from a student table, and here we are writing from employee table. So here in both, which is common, from. So from basically specifies on which table you want to take data from or retrieve data from. A syntax, as I mentioned, select statement in a query, and select star whatever you are writing there from clause, and then that is the all our query is all about. And from clause, as you can see, data source identity. The from clause identifies a table from which the to retrieve data, from which you are retrieving data. It will specify, the from clause will specify. And multiple tables can be included using join operations. You can use join operations as well, but for join we'll go deep when in the later classes. So today we in this video will be understanding only basic of queries, like how where clause use, how select, and how from is used. So this was all about that. And where is, as you can see over here, it used to filter result. And where clause filters record based on specified conditions. So where clause is basically used on the specified conditions. For example, select name from a student where let's say some condition will give where age is greater than 20. So what it will give, it will give a record of all students whose age is greater than 20. For less than 20 age, it will ignore, right? So you will only see the records like name, right? It will, what it will give, let's say we are taking name age both, right? So we'll get two columns here. Name is, for example, J, because my age is 24, let's say to I mean, so for example you get something like Keshav or Arnav or something like that, and 23, 22, 25. So we will get all name and age of all the people, all the students or employees or whatever you are taking, whose age is based on this condition, the condition you have given over here, right? So this is a condition it will take, and it will be used like that. So this was all about that. And now let's directly come to the combining clauses. Effective data retrieval queries often form combine select from and where clause for effective data retrieval. We combine all these three to effective data retrieval. For example, you can see select name from customer where city is New York. I told, right, I gave one example here. Where age is greater than 20, we have combined everything, right? Select name age from student. So this is another example that I gave from myself, and this is one example as you can see over here, where city is New York. So what it will give, it will give name. For example, your name is Arno, let's say, and your city is New York. So what you will select, it will give name of all the people whose city is New York in the database. So this is how it works. And now we'll do quite four questions that is combined of all three clauses we have used. So first question, as you can see over here, it's retrieving all the employees from a specific department. Let's say any department. We'll just give an example and try to understand the thing. So okay, first question we'll do it over here. So all implies means what we can use. Just say, guess it. For example, we have so many things in the column. For example, let's say we have name. What else we can have? Let's say department, and let's say salary. So basically, we have this kind of records in Pluto. We might have ID as well, and so many things we can have. Let's say we have these many things, and let's understand. Let's say the table name is employee table. It is a table name. Our table name is employee, right? From employee, and what and all conditions we have to give? Where? Why where? Because a specific department we want, right? Where department is equal to a specific department. Let's say sales department you want to fetch data, so we can give sales. So whoever is working in sales department, entire their data will come, right? I mean, for example, their name will come, their department will come, and their salary will come. So all these things will come. So how easy it is, right? Now we'll understand the other example, the second one. Find product that cost more than $100. So what we can write for product? Select product name, let's say. Okay, product name. Okay, sorry. Product name. Select product name, and what we can write? Price also we can take, right? And from table name, what is can be we take table name? Let's say the table is product itself. Where, right? Because what it is told here, where more than $100, which is more than 100 cost, right? So cost can be, or price can be one column. Let's say a price is one table, so price is more than $100. So this is the query to fetch all the data of all, I mean, data of all the product names whose price is more than $100. So this is, I hope you got this basic queries I'm solving here, because just to make it understand a little bit about the SQL. And this is the third question. As you can see over here, we have to write down the students who have scored more than 80 marks in maths. So we need the detail of students, all the students. So let's say select student name. Okay, because we need this record of all the students. Student name, subject, marks, and what else? Yeah, let's leave it as here. From clause, right? From which table name? Let's say student. Where, right? Because why we are using where? Because we need a conditions more than 80 marks, right? So where subject is math, and math, right? So you can see over here in math, right? So where subject is math, let's say we have a subject column over here. Okay, subject is math. So subject is maths, and I'm sorry, yeah, subject is maths, and marks is marks is greater than 80. So this is all the query all about. So what it tells, subject is maths and marks is greater than 80. So it will give all the students record like name, subject, marks. As you can see, I've given column name right here. So it will give the column names of all the things. I'm along with the data of the people who have scored more than 80 marks, and subject is maths. So this is all about the query, dot query, and the final query will be solving, which is retrieving the order placed on a specific date. For example, some particular date, let's say today, if order is placed and we want to fetch the data. So how we'll do that? Let's understand with a small example. So what you can do, for example, select. Let's say we have some order ID of every order will have some ID, right? Order ID, and what we can take, customer name, customer name, uh, order date, order date from table name, orders, where clause, where date is, we'll give order date, right? We have some order date column. Let's say we have some order date column in our database, and the format is like, for example, we do have YY format in database, that will understand. So we can give it as 2025, and zero today which date, so we can take is 3rd of April, so 0403. So this is how it works. Yeah, I'm sorry for disturbance. So this was all about the four important queries. Now we'll go into the logical operators. So basically you can see we do have some logical operators in the SQL that you can see over here. So these are like, and operator, or operator, not operator. So these are some of the operators in SQL. So basically, and operator is both conditions must be true, and then it will return the database. And it's in and operator. I mean, yeah, and operator I discussed, right? If both is true, both condition must be true. Or operator, in or operator, at least one condition. For example, either I mean, for example, let's say at least one condition must be true. So for example, where see, either select a name from the employee table where department is HR or department is IT. So what it will do, it will fetch all the record of the database where either department is IT or either it is HR, means both it will give. Even if it is IT, then also it will give. Even if it is not IT but it is HR, then also it will give. But if we use and there, it will only give if department is both HR and department is both IT. So this is how what's the difference between two is. And the not operator is yeah, neither of them return true or false kind of. So if you do not, it is kind of like that, negates a condition basically. So this was all about these so many things. For example, for not, I will take one example. Let's say select star from customer where not city is New York. So it will return the records where city is not New York. It will give all the thing except New York. So where city is not New York, it will give all the records. If city is New York, it won't give records. That's how it is. So it will negate the conditions. And yeah, this was all about logical. And now we'll come to sorting. So it will sort the employees, whatever the data, for example, employees or students, and by the name in ascending order or descending order. For example, we'll give you some example. Order by ascending, order by descending. We'll understand this with the help of example. For let's say select a star from customers, uh, or let's say select star from some products. Let's say product order by price, DESC. What it will give, it will give the list of all the products, order by price in descending order, right? Like for example, you have a product, right, and you are selling some product, and you want the rate of products ascending in descending order, like from the top to bottom. I mean, the costliest thing will come on top and the cheapest thing will come on down. So you'll use the order by clause there. That's how it is. Now, yeah, the order by clause can be added to sort query result. You can use either of ASC or DESC. DESC for giving the result in descending order, and ASC is something by default also. If you don't use, then also it will take ascending order. For example, you can see one example over here, right? Okay, cool. So you can see select star from students. I'm sorry, order by last name ASC. Last name ASC. They are ordering on the basis of last name. So whoever last name is in, like starts with A, B, C, D, so they will come first and then ascending, or it will keep increasing. So this is all about the example of order by. And in the next video, we'll go deep into these SQL queries like and everything. So this was all about from clause and everything. So the key takeaways from today's session you can take is that like select clause we discussed, retrieve data from database, and what else all we discussed. Let me write over here. So we discussed select queries, right? Select from and where, right? Logical and or not. And what else we discussed? Order by recently, right? Order by basically used for uh, sorting, right? Order by is used for sorting. For example, you want the list of records of all the students on basis of their marks. So you can select name, age, marks from the students, order by marks, descending order. So it will give, okay, this guy is the top 195% mark he has brought. So like that you will get the records. So this was all about the things we discussed today. And now that you know these basics, you can start writing queries to find customers who made a purchase about a certain amount, retrieve a list of employees in a specific department, and so on. And yeah, SQL is an incredible power tool, and this is just the beginning. We'll be going deep into that in the coming videos. So if you want to practice more, I have listed some example SQL question in the description. You can check below and try them out, with your own. And if you feel any difficulties, do comment below, and I will be happy to help you. Also, let me know in the comment section, if you want me to cover some specific topic in data analytics series. Do let me know that as well. And yeah, this was all about that. Until then, yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep practicing and keep learning. See you next time.